Good morning and welcome to this live. Just refresh my computer. Perfect. Oh, sorry for the horrible scratchy noise. I hope you can hear me all okay. And I'm just going to give people a chance to join me. Good morning to everybody. Lovely to have your company on this rather, I don't know, it's not too bad. It's quite bright out there, but it's very frosty. Morning, Philippa. Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. Morning, Sue. Excellent. Okay, so I have a few things. Morning, Gail. Morning, Joe. Yes, it's very chilly, isn't it, this morning? Okay, so I have a couple of things to do before I do the actual card. Evening, Bev. Hope you're all right, lovely. Hope you're keeping cool while we're trying to keep warm. Oh, dear. Yeah, I have a couple of things that I wanted to shout about before I flip the camera and start making the cards. So, good morning to everybody else who's joined us and saying hello as well. Tomorrow night, Thursday at, I believe it's 7, and as Joe is actually watching, Joe can confirm, but Joe Shannon will be here live tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock UK time. But if you could just confirm that, Joe, that would be great, because I'm sure it is 7 that you go live. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is also announce the winner of Tracy's beautiful stationery wallet. So I'm going to flip the camera and have a look through this and then announce the winner. 30 degrees. Oh, that would be nice. No, it wouldn't really, Bev. I know it's very warm. Excuse me. Oh, lovely. We've got Joe Street watching as well from the design team. That's really nice. Are you on holiday, Joe? You've not gone back yet? Excellent. Thank you very much, Joe. Joe Shannon will be here at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. Morning to Hilary and to Jax as well, and to Heather and Jeannie. Excellent. And to Jane. Okay, let me flip the camera and I'll have a quick look through Tracy's stationery wallet and then I will announce the winner. So bear with me a moment while I flip the camera. It's a long time since I've done this. I need to remember. I tell you. Oh, it's a snow day. Is it really? Wow. Morning, Aileen. Morning, Ruth. Okay, let me get my camera up as high as... Oh, it's my phone. That's it. Don't pull the lead out, otherwise we'll lose power. Okay, let my computer just catch up. I won't move anything else. Let that all just catch up a moment. Okay, I need to get my wire out of the way. Let's hook that round there. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I didn't remember to clean my camera. Right, bear with me a minute while I just do my camera. I am sorry. I'm going to do the front. And I'm sorry about this, but the phone is very dirty. So I hope that's a little bit... Okay. Let's just pop on there so that it knows to focus on there. Okay. Right, so I apologise about that. Day 3? Goodness me, Joe. Wow. Morning, Maxine. Okay, so this is Tracy's beautiful stationery wallet that she made. I'm going to undo it and show you. The live is on the YouTube channel now. So if you have trouble finding it or want to watch it on the big screen on your telly that you can cast your YouTube onto there, then you'll be able to watch it now. It's all loaded up. So Tracy made this one and she's even added beautiful tags in here that she's used, the creator cards. So this one is foiled in gold. We've got hello card in there. That one's a foiled in black one. We've got an especially for you card, and she's included the envelopes as well. So we've got cards and tags on that side, and we've got beautiful tag. Isn't that lovely? I mean, you could put that on a card if you wanted to. Lovely birthday card there, and she's added a foiled white flower because it's the same flower from the Floral Fancy stamp set that she's done the folder in. And then I love this one where she's split the creator card and opened it up. So this was to really show how versatile the creator cards are, and I know that they're on offer at lots of the stockists at the moment as well. Oh, excuse me. Morning Catherine, morning Sandy, morning Lynn. No worries, you just do what you need to do. Excuse me. Morning Gail, morning Jackie. Morning Wendy. I'm sorry Wendy. Okay, so it's such a beautiful project, and I noticed that someone's already had a go at making it, and how fabulous is that? I can't remember the lady's name now. I even commented, but brilliant. I was so chuffed that somebody's had a go already, so it's fabulous. So the lucky person who is going to be winning Tracy's beautiful wallet that she made for me, and it will be winging its way to you very soon, is Jeannie Bella. And I do believe Jeannie is actually watching this morning, which is even nicer, because it quite often happens that the person who's won isn't watching. So congratulations to Jeannie. And I've just realised I've said Jeannie and it's Jenny. I do apologise, Jenny Bella. So congratulations, and I will message you after the live so that I can get your postal address, and this will be winging its way to you very soon. So congratulations. So let me move that out of the way. Morning Jean, morning Penny. Okay, so this is the card that I'm going to show you how I made this morning. Yay! Excellent. It's so lovely when you're watching and you win. That's brilliant. Okay, so this wasn't my idea. It's something I saw on Instagram or Facebook, probably at the back end of last year, but I really liked how it looked, and it was really easy to do. So it like flips. You've got the aperture, and this feeds through when you close the card. So it was just like giving it a bit of a different look, and you can decorate up as much as you want to. I'm going to change it up this morning. I'm going to do different colourway. You can use any shape die. I wish I could show you a circle one that I've done, but I can't. I will get into serious bother, and I've just noticed that Hazel's watching. So unfortunately I can't show you that one, but it does work with other die shapes, and it's a shame because I've prepped some of the card, otherwise I would have done a different shape this morning. But so I'm going to stick with the hexagon, which I do love, and it just works perfectly with the new stamps. But you can use circles, you can use a heart, a square, the hexagon, whatever shapes you've got you could use. All you have to remember is that you mustn't go over the edge with anything that's hanging or that you add to the front of your card, because it does need to be able to feed through. So this is what we're going to do, and let's get started. Okay, so I have a card blank, and I have a really nice piece of spotty pattern paper. Excuse me. And I like to cut this out so I've got a small border showing all the way around the edge. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of my paper and stick that down onto my card front. And then I used my set of dinky dies, so firm that down, making sure it's really nicely stuck. Sorry about the wobbles. It is intriguing, isn't it? But you're going to have to wait, I'm afraid. Okay, so I've got a terrible frog in my throat. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to use my hexagons, and I wanted to use the hexagons because I wanted to use my hexagon stamps. So I am going to take, that's the small one, and that is the bigger one. So the second largest one is the one that I'm going to use for the front of my card. And I am going to use a little bit of tape to hold it down because I don't want this to move. So I'm going to open my card up and place my die where I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not in the middle. Come over a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to place this down, tape it down, just to hold it in place. Now, when you run it through your die cutting machine, you must run it through with the card open because we only want to die cut this part of the card. So I am actually only going to feed it through the top part so that this bit doesn't go through and get marked. So bear with me a moment. Now, so what I've done was I went backwards and forwards with my die cutting machine because I obviously needed to cut through not only the card but the paper as well. So it is making it thicker to actually cut through. So I'm just going to pop this out. Die cuts beautifully, which is always good. Carefully remove the tape from the die cut one because I need to use this. So I'm going to pop this back in my card, and this is the bit that's actually going to end up being my flap. I don't know what to call it. It didn't have a name particularly, so but it just, I don't know. Whoops. So I need to get rid of all these extra little bits of card that when you die cut you get. So I quite often just run my fingernails around the edge, and if there's any loose bits they will come off because we want to get rid of them. And I would do the same around the edge of my die cut piece because then I get rid of all of those as well. Okay, so we'll put that to one side. So I have another piece of card. I decorated the inside of the card. You do need to put something in here because this is where you hide the piece that holds the ribbon to hold your ribbon. Don't know. If anyone's got a name that we can think for it, that would be really helpful, especially for when I put it on YouTube. Yeah, so you do need to put a layer inside. You could put another piece of plain card if you don't want to use pattern paper, but you need to be able to hide the bit behind. So I have a choice because I use the lovely paper pads. I'm using the Studio Light paper pads. I do love these. If you don't have them, they are well worth investing. So you get different colours, a slightly different tone on the back. It's so useful. And then it changes again. So I think you get 4 actually. They do 2 one way and then 2 the other way. And then the other one that I've got is the Brights, which are single colours. No, they're different colours. That's different to that side. So yeah, so they do the same. But it's just such lovely cut. There's always a colour in there. So beautiful. So I don't know whether to go with the paler one. I quite like the dark. No, let's go with the dark one. Okay, so we then cut a strip. Now I've gone with the pink. I'm going to go with that colour pink. This is very Julie Hickey Designs colours, isn't it? So you need a colour. Sorry, yeah, you need a contrasting colour for your band. And we need to cut, so we're going to attach the big piece to the back of the band, and then we need to encase the band, so we need the front piece. So I have die cut, I cut two. I cut the deeper red and I cut a pink version. And when you cut this, so I use this one to do that. When you do that, you get this skinny frame because they've got two cut lines. So I'm debating which one to put on. I think I'm going to go with the red, the deeper red frame, and then the paler. Oh, no, then the paler pink, because I want to colour it. I'm trying to think if I should go with white in the, whoops, whether I should go with white in the middle. I think I might actually go, don't know, might go with white. Let's cut a white one anyway, and then I've got one. And I also need to cut another white piece for the inside. So I could do that at the same time. So let's pin these down, pop that on there, pop that on there, piece of tape in the middle, and bear with me a second while I just die cut these. Okay, so we have our one to go in the middle for our sentiment. And we have our one that we could use on the front to stamp, which I think I will. I think I'm going to use, keep the red because that looks nice on there. And then I'm going to layer it up with white and colour in. Just pop my dies back in. Don't want to lose them. Okay. So now we've got all our bits that we need, and that's for the inside. Let's pop the other bits back in my box. So the next thing that you do is you place the colour that you want to use. So I think I'm going to have it with the pink. So you place this tab in the middle. So you've got that lined up. Then we're going to place, got to get this right. Now then we're going to place our piece of paper on the top. So we have this poking out. And I've cut this down so that it's going to have a border around the edge as well. What you can do is, if you want to, just to make sure that this is in the right place, bring it over a little bit, and then we know we've got that still in the right place. Hold that down. And then my piece I have here, I'm going to fold this around to the back and then just flatten it. You can score it if you want to. It's entirely up to you. And then when this comes back here, I need to have it so it's on that side because I'm going to have this colour, aren't I? Yeah, I like that colour. Yep. Okay, so the best thing to do is pop it in here. Make sure you're happy with where this lines up. So make sure you've got your piece of paper roughly in the right place. And then we can make sure that this is all lined up. Pinch it in place, flip it over and add our glue. So a little bit of glue down here. Flip that over. And then before it has a chance to dry, just hold this back in here and make sure you're happy with where the position is, which I am. So now I can flip this one over, apply some glue all the way down the edge, over the top of my extra piece, because that'll make it nice and firm and attached to my card nicely. And then we can place this onto the back inside of our card. and firm that down. Okay, so that all goes through there perfectly. We can worry about trimming this off when we're finished. So then the next thing is we're going to take our blue one. So to position this, we want to get our flap out of the way. We want to shut our card. We want to put some glue. Oh, no, we don't. Ah. Oh, I'll have to cut another. I've just wiped it off with a dirty cloth. Okay, you don't want to put glue on it. You want to pop it through, and let's get it up the right way so our spots line up. Nope. 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 Yes. Okay, so we pop it through. Don't put any glue on it. And then we put a bit of glue where we know the band is going to be. So across the centre there. And then we bring our band over and firm that down. Okay, and then we can shut our card and we know everything lines up perfectly. Then on the front of the band, I'm going to put some glue on the back of my skinny frame and place that down. So I'm lining up my points, making sure I've got a nice even border. Firm that down, give that a chance to stick. And then I'm not going to stick this piece in just yet because this is the bit I'm going to stamp on. But that piece is going to go in the middle, and then that's how my card will work. So let's just take that out. So we can trim this up now. So I normally cut a piece off to make it roughly the right size, and then I would always trim up the middle because I'm going to put fish, like make it have tails, and I want to cut in as much as I want to go where the point I want to end. Now I must make it shorter than the edge of my card, so cut into the middle and then cut into the middle from the other side, and then we should have a nice banner on our card. Okay, so our next thing to do is to bring my stamping press in, move my card out of the way, and then let's open this up, and I'm going to use one of the waste that I die cut it from. Oh, I could have used the, oh, I can use this bit. So here's the waste from our stamping that we did, a die cutting that we did a second ago. So I need one of the frames. I need the big skinny frame back to put that in there, and then I can pop. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. I only want to stamp on this piece. I want to keep this frame for another card because I quite like to colour them. And so I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of tape, just a little bit of tape on the back, and then I can pop this in here in my stamping press, take the frame out, and then I know that that is in the right place. But now I've realised that I need to stamp my stamp first. So I'm going to do that again in a second. Gosh, bear with me. All right, I'm looking for a scrap piece of card or paper because it doesn't need to be perfect. Why do I worry so? Oh, here we go. I really worry about, oh, I could use a scrap piece of card. Okay, so now we can place our die over the top. Okay, so this is how you line up. Oh, Julie, I really need to have a coffee. Right, let's get our stamp out so we can align our stamping and die cutting together. So first of all, on a scrap piece of card, place your hexagon down so that you can So if I line it up with 5. Okay, so just place your hexagon on a piece of card, pick it up, and then ink it and stamp it out on your scrap piece of card. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my piece of card that I used. Now this bottom piece must not move, so I am going to line up with what looks like an even border and then place my magnet over the top. Then I'm going to put my frame in and I'm just going to see if it looks like it's going to miss the frame completely, and it doesn't feel like it is. Okay, so put my frame in. And now I can see that I need to move this up slightly because I haven't got this line here. So that's better. And I can probably come up just a smidge. Right, so now the magnet is holding both pieces in place. I can put my blank... Oh no, I need that in. Before you take the frame out, put this piece in with my little bit of tape on to hold it in place. Now I'm going to take my frame away. Gosh, I hope that all made sense. I confuse myself sometimes, I really do. Okay, and now I can stamp down on that piece of card, and because it's got the bit of tape on the back, it holds it in place, which is nice as well because it means it's not stuck to the back of the stamp. But now it's perfectly aligned on my hexagon, and I've still got a nice clean white one to use if I want to. So that's perfect. Okay, so take that to one side, and now I'm going to colour these in. So I'm going to use, and because it's got that bit of glue on the bottom, it won't move around, so that's nice. Okay. Sorry, I'm just putting the lid on my glue as I won't be able to use it. So I'm going to use a little bit of warm lipstick, and I'm going to give this a twist so that I get ink, pigment and dye base. I'm going to probably use a bit of peacock feathers as well because I felt like this was a nice colour to go with the colours of the card. So this is what I'm trying to base it on. So when I put my peacock feathers, I felt that was a nice match, and I thought the worn lipstick was a nice match. So then I'm going to take my water brush and just make sure it's clean. I shouldn't really do it on my hand, but a cloth. And then I'm going to pick up a little bit of the colour, and I'm going to pop this down into the centre. So where I've got the little lines on my petals, they're the bits I'm going to do first. And then I can come back in and add a stronger bit of colour afterwards. So just dragging the colour down a little bit. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the colours. I'm really terrible at like making the same card more than once. It would never do for me to be like somebody who made wedding invites all the time, you know, as a living. I like to change it up. So once I've done one colour, it's like really nice to give a different colour combo. Okay, so now I'm just picking up where it's a little bit watery and a little bit weaker, the colour, because I just want a bit of a base colour, but I want those, the lines on my petals, I want those to be where the darkest colour is. And then I thought I'd put a little bit of peacock feathers in the background, and that will then match in with all the card. Oh, a bit strong. If you get a bit too much, oh, clean it off your brush and just come back in with the water and blot it, preferably with a bit of kitchen roll rather than your fingers. And then if you want to come back in, you can come back in and strengthen that pink in places if you need to. A little bit more colour there. It's rather nice because it does layer up the colour. So even if you're coming back in and not putting colour down in exactly the same place, you will get the different tones showing. Now I do need a bit of colour for the middle. Let's go with Scattered Straw. It's not quite as strong as Mustard Seed. It's a bit paler, which I think will go in better, definitely with warm lipstick. Worn, not warm, worn lipstick. Okay, so now with the peacock feathers, I've got way too much ink. I only want a soft wash, so I'm going to put some water with it first of all, so just out of the brush, and then I'm going to come in and just put that little wash of colour, so it will, the tone is right, so it will work with the colours that are on my card, but it's just going to be a nice bit of background colour. It's not going to take over, because if I use peacock feathers as it, you know, as a, with all the picking up a lot of the colour, I can't get my words out today, it would be quite a strong colour. So let me show you on, so like this is, oh no, I want to use that. I'm terrible. So if I picked up a bit of the colour from here, it would be a lot deeper. I've got quite a lot of water coming out of my brush at the moment. So it would be quite a lot deeper, and I don't want that. I want the softness of the colour. And so I can cut, oh, really watery brush this morning. So I can come back in and maybe where the dots are, add a little bit more colour. Do you know what? I really wish I could find a brush that was consistent and didn't suddenly start spurting out loads of water. I mean, I treated myself to a nice Pentel one, and they're usually pretty good. Right, I'm getting a bit naughty and not reading the messages. I'm sure it'll be fine. And I will go back through and read them afterwards. I'll go make a coffee afterwards and have a good read. Right, I'm really happy with that. And I think the colour, let me just lift it off because of the tape, but the colours are going to work really nicely. Wow, I couldn't have done that better, could I really? Okay, so while I've got my stamps out and everything, I want to add a sentiment to the piece that I'm going to use for the inside of my card. Just getting all those excess bits off from when you die cut. Okay, so I am going to do a bit of stamping. Let me get rid of these inks. I know it's a waste, and I might need some more in a minute, but I know I'm just going to get it everywhere otherwise. And I don't want to spoil my card. Okay, so I'm going to use the bottom of my press. So we could actually use this part, because then that can hold my piece. In fact, why don't, oh, it's staying in there quite nicely actually. I was going to say I could put a little bit of tape on the back from the tape runner, because it's not temporary adhesive, but it's quite easy to lift off carefully. Okay, so I do want a sentiment in this one, and I was thinking I really liked Mary's from one of Mary's sets. Which one was it? This one. I want to use Wishing You a Beautiful Day. So this is in Mary's Hearts, Floral Hearts. So I thought we could have Wishing You a Beautiful Day. So let's pop that down first of all. Shall I do it in... No, I'll do it in black. I was going to do it in peacock feathers, but I'll do it in black. So just using my VersaFine. Oh, lovely. You're saying something about the brushes. Great. I will have a look back in a minute and read your comments. Okay, so that's perfect. And then I've got the little flowers that come in my hexagon set as well. So the little set of 3 flowers. And I am going to use the worn lipstick for this, and then I think I'll edge it in peacock feathers because it's onto that colour, so I think it'd be nice if it was edged in peacock feathers. So let's just stamp some of these. So when you're using Distress to It, make sure that you've inked up your stamp really nicely because it does tend to have a bit of a dip in it. So I'm going to just sprinkle a few of these around my sentiment. There we go, perfect. Just wanted a few little ones. If you want to, you can run over it with the water brush and just blend the colours, but I think I'm going to leave it. And then leave that out of the way. Let's pick up some of my peacock feathers onto my foam brush, and I'm just going to just run this around the edge nice and softly, trying to avoid the middle so I don't smudge anything. Anyone thought of a name for the card yet? What we could call it? Okay, so that's that bit. There's my bit for the front. So let's pop it all together. So I need some more glue on the back. Yeah, I need a name for the card. What could I call it? Okay, so I'm going to put some glue all the way around the edge and all over my tape. And I'm going to have the biggest flower at the bottom, and I'm going to pop that down into the centre of my frame. You could raise this up if you wanted to. That would look really nice as well. Firm that down nicely. Very happy with that. And then to align, oh, you know what I've done, don't you? I've done it that way, and I want it that way. Oh, you, because it won't be hidden. Oh, I don't know. Does that look quite pretty, sticking it like that? Yeah, it does. Right. So I'm going to put some glue on it. Make sure when you do your sentiment, you have the pointy bit of the hexagon up. Okay, so now I've got to guess where it's got to go, but I'm using the middle of the, so maybe come down just a fraction. Come on, lift off. Come down just a fraction. Let's have a look at that. That's got to go up a fraction. God, it is a fraction, isn't it? Okay. I think it's much better to show you a way of getting out of it. A flip tag aperture. Yeah, that's not a bad name. Okay, so at least I haven't wasted it, and I need to die cut another one because I wiped it with the dirty cloth, didn't I? So I do have, let's have a look. What choice have I got? So it could be that colour blue. We could do a dot, let's do a dotted one. Right, so this is the biggest hexagon. I can't leave that because I wiped the glue off that I didn't need to put on with a mucky cloth. So let me just very quickly I wonder what I was making with this piece of paper. I've had to make a new baby card. Okay, so then this can go over there, which will tidy that all up. I can't leave that like that. That's horrible. And it's good to know if you make a mistake like that, then this is all you have to do is cut another hexagon and pop that on the back. So let's get my hexagons up the right way. Line that up, pop it down, just check that we're not overhanging. No, that's looking good. pop that through the front. And then I've used my, not mine, Hazel's Sentiments. So I've used Hazel's, and I've used it from set, oh, would you believe it? Where's the Christmas gone? No. Anyway, I used Just 4 out of set number 2 and the U from set number 1. No, I haven't lost Christmas again. Right, I'll have to have a look when I've finished. Wow, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Well, not really, but Christmas obviously doesn't like me, does it? Okay, so when I put my sentiments on, I do lay that. I'm going to put something heavy on my card to hold it. So I do lay them out first of all and sort of get my space in how I'm happy. And I usually start, for some reason, with the last one. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on my hand, or you can do it onto card, whatever you want. Now I'm going to start trying to use my tweezers as I was told to, so that I don't get it on my fingers and don't get it everywhere. Okay, I need to stand up again. So I reckon about there. Oh, I should do as I'm told more often, shouldn't I? Because that is much better. So we'll go there. And I need a bit more glue. Oh, I don't know who it was that told me to start using my tweezers, but thank you. Because it's so nice not to have all that glue on my fingers. Now, I have got... No, right, I'm not going to worry about the eye. I'm going to leave the little dot off the J because I think that looks all right, actually. Now, on my other card, let me bring it in. I wanted something else on the front. So I did the little 3 flowers and cut them out. I could do that in the deeper red. Had a piece of that. Where's that gone? It just all fell on the floor, so bear with me. Or the only other thing I could do, a great big bit. Do you know when you do something and it's like, wow. I sorted a big piece out red to do them, and now I haven't got it. Okay, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add glosses. Because you can't beat adding the glossy, can you? So I need a colour, and I actually think, oh, look at that, perfect. So I'm going to add, first of all I'm going to add it around my sentiment, I think. So I do like to do like a little triangle. Oh look, I could put an eye on. No, I won't. So I like to use 2 together. I'm going to do 2 big ones down the bottom, and then a medium and a little one. And I like to try and do it in a triangle shape because that is pleasing on the eye. And then I just need some glitter glue, because look how the glitter glue transforms your flowers. And I've also put it around the edge of my frame as well. So let's put a little bit in the centre, and I would always scribble on the petals, and I would always scribble along the lines that are on the petals to help you, so you know where to do it. And then I am going to put a little bit of glitter glue around the edge of my frame. Now you can build this frame up if you want to, but also very aware of trying to keep things as flat as possible for postage. So I haven't actually raised this up, but you could if you wanted to. And then you could also glitter glue. Oh, shall we glitter glue the words? Because when I looked at this one, I did think, oh, I should have glitter glued the words. So what I did was I die cut 2 white ones and then the red as well from Hazel's Sentiments, and I layered them all up, so it is quite a nice thick embellishment, which makes it easier to handle the words as well. And then this way, by putting the glitter glue on now, once it's on your card, you are quite a way away from the back of the card so that you're not going to get the glitter glue on there. And one thing I've been doing a lot recently, which is something I used to do on every card, is just running my glitter glue bottle around the edge of my papers. So I rest the nozzle on the edge of the paper and just draw it down very slowly, barely squeezing. I mean, I am squeezing a little bit or nothing would come out, but I'm very, very gentle, and it's just going to give me that nice edge around. Move my flap out of the way. Away around the edge. And if I wanted to, I can't do that now because it's wet, I might edge around here, but I would open my card up. Let me show you on here. So I would open the card up and then run the glitter glue bottle from the inside, and then that way you're just going to get a really nice thin bead around the edge. But do watch your glass mat in case you get any on there, because it will transfer like I just did there, because it'll obviously transfer to the inside of your card. So it might be better to put a piece of paper down underneath. Ooh, got a wobble on there. So I'm not good at straight lines or anything like that. What I'm doing is I'm using the edge of the paper as a guide to run the bottle nib along. There we go. So that is how I would do around the edge if you wanted to, but do bear in mind that is now wet, so you need to be a bit careful. So I'll pop that one. It should be all right actually. Just going to be this little tail. I'll just lift it up a little bit. There we go. So there's one, and here is my new one. Let me just shut this down a little bit so you can see it. Let's bring them down. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. I thought it was such a lovely idea, and like I say, you can do so many different shapes doing that as well. Right, let me flip the camera. I do like to say goodbye. Okay, so yes, I hope you enjoyed that. If you do have a go, please share what you've made. So yeah, you can share it in Crafty Friends. I will download the video. I'll go and have a coffee and look at all your comments and download the video for you. So it will be up on YouTube today, and we will call it I've forgotten what the lady said now. What Philippa said, didn't she? Bear with me. Oh, it's no good because you're all commenting and it all keeps jumping. An aperture flap. Okay, we'll work something out anyway, but it will be over on YouTube for you later today. And yes, thank you for joining me. Don't forget Joe's on tomorrow evening at 7, and congratulations to Jenny. And Jenny, I will message you now. Okay, take care and have a lovely rest of the day. Hope you get to do some crafting. Take care. Bye.